can be stubborn, thinking I'm right. I can be late, cause I'm taking my time. I can be driven, ambitious, your best friend, love of your life. I can be selfish, trying to be kinder, always forgetting, needing reminders. But I'll always be there when you need me. Cause I know that two things can't be true. Cause I get so confident yet confused. So I'll let go to live in between who I am and who I wanna be. Maybe I'm incomplete.
そっち1ステーション。 sad.
Geschätzte Fahrgäste, die Gornergratbahn.
아리가또. 오케이.
At some point, I started getting perceived as a grown-up. Yeah, it snuck up on me. I remember days on the back of the school bus, making up us wanted to grow up, but now I'm missing the old days. They were so simple. Now there are memories. Honestly, I can't believe 2,000 babies aren't the babies anymore. I'm getting older, but who's really keeping score? It's all a numbers game, 'cause I still feel the same. The only thing that's changed is that I've lived a few extra days. I know that it's just time passing me by. Can't help but wish I could still be childish. 'Cause now life's got me so stressed. Just wanna play on my DS. No way of knowing what comes next. Just wanna be childish. I'm still learning how to live as an adult person. Little me, but an older version. Dealing with a few extra burdens, 'cause nothing's certain. And 2,000 babies aren't the babies anymore. I'm getting older, but who's really keeping score? It's all a numbers game, 'cause I still feel the same. The only thing that's changed is I've lived a few extra days. I know that it's just time passing me by. Can't help but wish I could still be childish. 'Cause now life's got me so stressed. Just wanna play on my DS. No way of knowing.
왜 레스토랑인가? 아니 또 인스페이스였네. 있는데?
Chapters, memories come flooding over. sense it gets louder. The silence is brighter. One, two, think about all that we've been through. Looked in your eyes saying I do. Then it all fell apart. Why does it feel like it's better when you're not around yet?
Unexpected stories. Each time you hear the sound of a gong, you experience something new. Oui, les écouteurs, nous ponctuerons votre voyage d'anecdotes captivantes et surprenantes. À chaque moment, nous vous proposerons de nouvelles... dass der wirklich einfach nur schon das Gefühl, ja, es sind einfach so, sie auch, sie hat dann gefunden, aber ich kann mich manchmal schon entschuldigen, wenn ich ein bisschen Leute sind, sie so, das ist so nicht okay.
Stubborn, thinking I'm right. I can be late cause I'm taking my time. I can be driven, ambitious, your best friend, love of your life. I can be selfish, trying to be kinder, always forgetting, needing reminders. But I'll always be there when you need me. Cause I know that two things can't be true. Cause I get so confident yet confused, so I'll let go to live in between who I am and who I wanna be. Maybe I'm incomplete and I'm messed up, and a work in progress.
You're not understanding. Also, is there anything you'd like to say?
I'm indecisive, I don't know why. My good intentions fail me sometimes, but I don't get angry. You can't faze me, we can talk it out. No, we don't need to fight. I can get anxious, but I won't cry. You never know, cause I keep